we're going to the forgotten sub sandwich place, Quiznos.
Quiznos. Toast.
It was never forgotten to me. I ate there a lot in my teenage years, and I still cherish those memories. I think I mostly ate there because I saw a photo of Zac Efron outside of a Quiznos. Zac Efron was a fan of Quiznos.
Quiznos was founded in 1981 in Denver, Colorado by Jimmy Lambatos and Todd Disnell. On Wikipedia, it said it was founded by Jimmy whatever and his partner, Todd Disnell. So for the longest time, I thought they were gay lovers, but I'm pretty sure it just means that they're business partners.
In my mind, maybe this isn't true, I'm just gonna say they are partners. Sexual partners.
Quiznos was different than Subway and the other sub shops because they did toasted sandwiches. Back then, I guess toasted sandwiches weren't at every sub shop. I actually learned that Subway didn't start doing toasted sandwiches until like the early 2000s. So Quiznos was ahead of its time, and for the first like 20 years of the business, they did have something that was unique. We can all agree on one thing. Toasted sandwiches are so much better than a cold sandwich.
100%. It seems so simple. Oh, they toasted their subs. But in the 80s, you know, people heard that and they were like, what? No one had ever toasted anything until Quiznos. Toasters weren't invented until Quiznos happened.
Basically, this is the whole idea. Subway is trashy, Quiznos is fancy. That was the whole branding, it kind of seems like. Guys, I didn't make that up. Quiznos is supposed to have like high quality ingredients. 10 years later, after it was open, it was bought up by new people, and those new people helped expand Quiznos. And by 1997, it was the third largest sub chain in the US.
Wow. They were never number one?
No. I think Subway always had that spot. In 2005, at its peak, they had around 5,000 locations.
That's so many.
Yeah, that is a lot. Sadly, not every peak can be lasted for a long time. Sometimes you hit a peak and you never experience that peak again. Sometimes you hit a peak and you experience that peak for the rest of your life. Actually, I don't even know if that's actually possible. I feel like every peak, I feel like there's always gonna be peaks, but like you can never always be on a peak, right?
No. But then again, J-Lo.
That's another conversation, but their peak started to decline in 2007 and 2009, partly due to the financial crisis.
I'm just happy that the two maybe gay founders, they sold out by this point, so they already got their money, right? So this isn't affecting them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're good.
This is directly from Wikipedia. It filed for bankruptcy in 2014. By 2016, it had dropped to 9th place in like the sub competition wars, and the number of Quiznos locations in the United States fell from a 2007 high of 4,700 to just 400 a decade later. Now there's only around 300 locations.
Oh no.
So I think it just keeps kind of declining.
That could be good though, because I feel like they expanded right around the time where the financial crisis was about to happen, which that just is bad luck. But then also I feel like when you get too many locations, it starts to water down the brand.
Just from my experience of living, I've kind of realized that there is so much joy in there not being that many locations of something. For example, Cheesecake Factory. If you don't live in like a metropolitan area, there's not that many Cheesecake Factories. So it kind of makes it special.
Yeah, Shake Shack.
I can't experience that every day. And so then when I do try it, I have a big climax that is worth it.
Yeah, because it just seems like it's a little bit hard to get. It's not just going to be a little easy peasy bubble pop. Maybe them only having this limited amount of locations nationwide is going to help them. But I doubt it.
That's the thing, is that Quiznos could have this happen. The rise of Quiznos, then the decline of Quiznos, and then the rise again. And the rise again could be in the 2020s.
Wouldn't they literally just have to get Jack Harlow to be a fan, and he raps in a song, "Pussy like Quiznos, it's always good." Like, I'm not kidding, I actually feel like within 10 years, if that song went #1 and it was a single, they'd be back and big. And then also if they had Nicki Minaj not mention Quiznos, but diss Subway. You're irrelevant, Subway. You know what I mean? Oh, actually the complete line would be, you think you're in my way? You're irrelevant. Subway.
After hours of research, it kind of comes down to this. Quiznos technically failed or flopped because, first of all, they were tossed from owner to owner over the decades, and also they've had a bunch of lawsuits, mostly with their franchisees. I don't know that much about it, but basically with a franchise, you can pay the business so then you can open a franchise. I remember Googling it because I was curious, and to buy a Cheesecake Factory franchise is like $500,000, which I think is like really high to buy a franchise.
And then it would take years to pay off, right?
Yeah, so Quiznos had a lot of drama, a lot of lawsuits, I guess, with their franchisees, because when you have a franchise, you buy food from a specific distributor because they want all the restaurants to be equal. Like, they don't want one Quiznos to taste so different than another Quiznos. The distributor was selling stuff at such a high price that these Quiznos franchises could barely even make money, so they ended up closing, and it caused a bunch of lawsuits and stuff. Also, some have said the decline of Quiznos has happened because there's so many other sub places. Firehouse Subs, Subway, of course, Jersey Mike's Subs. But then again, I don't know if you can really blame that for the decline because those places are still doing good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like sometimes you can't really blame your competitors. You kind of just have to be like, I guess I suck.
Yeah, because the competition's supposed to raise the bar for everyone. So like, if you aren't also raising the bar, then you're gonna be left behind.
People have also said the decline of Quiznos is because their advertising sucked. And honestly, I don't really remember Quiznos commercials, but I guess a lot of people dislike this commercial.
We love these songs because they are good to us. They are tasty, they are crunchy, they are warm because they toast them.
That's just silly and funny to me.
I actually liked that. They were onto something.
Even though people do say that's part of the reason why they declined, but I just don't believe any of that. And it's not fact, it's opinion.
Yeah, I feel like that boosted them and gave them a couple more years of success where they would have flopped even faster if it wasn't for those commercials.
Since there's only around 300 locations now, we are taking a truck. I mean truck, T-R-E-K. Does that actually mean like what I'm trying to describe, like an adventure?
Yeah.
2 hours away, we're going to Hastings, Nebraska. That's where the closest Quiznos is. So like, it better be as good as you make it seem.
I want to know if it'll live up to my fantasies.
You weren't the only person. Other people loved it. I miss Quiznos, and then a sad crying face.
Aww.
It's unfortunate. They have pretty good subs too, especially the chicken cow. Don't get me started on the bread bowl either. My God, those are so good. It smells good.
I know. Someone just opened up the door and a little whiff of all the Sandies came out.
After 2 hours of squirming in my seat, fidgeting back and forth out of excitement, we made it to the Quiznos sub destination. We got a bunch of footage of the outside because I was just very excited. I wanted everything to be documented.
It's like when people go to Disney World and they pose in front of that little castle. But the Quiznos employees took notice. We walked in and the main employee, you know how like right away we knew who the lead girl was? She was like the main character of the place.
Yeah.
She said, hopefully you guys enjoy the inside as much as you've apparently enjoyed the outside. You might be thinking, oh my God, she shaded you, but she said it in this way where it was like, had so much love in it, you know? It was like, I'm gonna tussle your fat, like give you a noogie. And I don't know what this says about me, but I immediately went into a lie. We're on a road trip. We haven't been to a Quiznos in a long time, so wanted to step by. I actually didn't feel bad about it because afterwards I thought, I'm like, well, technically we are on a road trip. And she was like, yeah, there aren't that many Quiznos anymore, so I get it.
I was fully surprised because the menu is kind of extensive.
They actually had a lot of things I wasn't expecting. Milkshakes, tater tots? Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if there was like a quesadilla on it, you know? I went ahead and got the pick 2, and for my Sandy, I got the mesquite chicken. I think just regular bread, whatever the regular bread is, Italian. And for my soup, I think I actually caused drama. Did you notice I said I'll get broccoli cheddar? Because I thought that was the only option. But then when we actually got to the soups, she asked again, what type of soup do you want? And then I looked and I was like, oh wait, there's more? I said, oh, I guess I'll get chili then. And then I saw them dump out the broccoli cheddar soup. And I was like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry.
I got the sandwich and salad combo. I got the turkey bacon guacamole for my sandwich on rosemary parmesan.
Oh.
And then I got a chef salad. Something that I like is that you don't have to ask for it toasted. They just toast it because it's the toast sandwich place.
Also, I love the little contraption they had. Like, they put the sandwich in this big box, and then it went through on a train track.
I guess the point of it is then you go over to the topping side and it's ready. Like, you don't even need to take it out of the oven.
But before it went in the train track, we have to point out the sauce thing. The 3-hold sauce thing. When he pulled that out all casually, I was like, I know you said earlier that the Quiznos headquarters or whatever, they were kind of allegedly screwing over the franchisees, but I was like, at least they saved them the work and not having to, like, at Subway, like, you have to squirt, because there's only one hole, kind of like in this sort of motion. Quiznos, there's 3 holes. You squirt and it gets the whole sandwich in one swift motion.
And for the customers, it's equally distributed. I hate when I have a sandwich of one bite is a pus pocket of mayo, and then the next is dry as your granny's feet. Because you know when people's feet are always so dry.
I know, it's like, have you heard of Jergens?
These sandwiches were puny.
Yeah, it was like a little diet sandwich type of vibe.
I've never experienced this, but it felt like my parents were like, okay, we don't have jobs, so we want you to be famous. So the way for me to be famous was kind of starving me. And it felt like my mom said, like, you have to eat this. I've never experienced that, but it felt like that.
Because they want you to be a Hollister model.
Yeah, I didn't notice this till we left, but we completely missed the flavor station, which has pepperoncinis, jalapenos, banana peppers, and a few sauces. So basically the whole thing is, once they're done mixing up your sandwich, come over here, add as much as you want. This whole thing of a flavor station is just a gimmick, because at Subway and all these other sub places, you can still get jalapenos and pepperoncinis. You just ask for it.
I guess the only advantage is there is a wall up between you and the worker, so you can get as much as you want, no judgment.
That's true. Like, you don't have to say, can I get extra? You just put extra on your sandwich.
But that being said, yeah, even if we did miss this and we didn't realize this was there until after we ate, but I wouldn't have used it, I don't think.
Quiznos is now a Coca-Cola company, but I guess they used to be a Pepsi company.
Their Diet Coke was good, though. Did you notice it was just a good one? Like, you still have some? That's right.
I didn't notice a difference, no. Are you just making that up for the camera? Because I don't notice it.
No, when I was drinking it, I was just like, this is good. Like, sometimes when you have certain Diet Cokes, you can tell that whoever was working the little soda machine isn't doing the little levels right. Whereas this one, I feel like they had it down pat, on point. The chili was steam, and they gave me a pretty big-sized cup, I do have to say. First of all, I had a bite plain raw, no protection, and it was good. Then I crushed up some crackers and added that in. I have to say it took it to the next level. It was good, just basic chili. I don't even need to really get into the description. You all know exactly how it tastes. If you've ever had any sort of basic chili, this is it. And that's all you need is basic chili. They aren't trying to do some funky little, I don't know, sardine chili. Like, it's just chili.
I opened the chef salad and immediately doused the ranch on top. A salad with romaine lettuce, and it has cucumbers, ham, some type of cheese.
I just gotta laugh how it's called chef salad.
Oh yeah,
Just
but
because,
it's literally deli meat on top.
It's just the lettuce, cucumber, and ham. But like, I guess like what else could a salad be? But it's just funny being like called a chef salad for some reason.
Even though the salad is literally the most basic thing ever, I just like salads like this.
I know, those types of salads do hit. Just a good old ranch salad.
Yeah.
No spinach, just iceberg lettuce. The chili was finished, and I was satisfied. It's kind of good ordering a little soup with your salad, because soup takes so long to eat.
Soup
so,
with your sandwich?
Oh, that's what I meant, soup with your sandwich, because it takes so long to eat, and it just warms up your stomach, gets the digestion, intestines, small intestine going.
Yeah.
And the large intestine. Is it true that if you rip out your intestines, it'd be the size of a football field?
I've heard that too, but
How would that all be stuffed in there? I think that might be a lie that 5th grade teachers make up.
when someone's grandpa died, they didn't put him in a coffin. They ripped out his intestines and see if it could go around a whole football field. Like, someone has to do it in order for it to be true. It doesn't need to be said. I slurped up that salad, and I forgot to say that it actually came with little bacon bits. And I just love these little bacon bits. Like, I've always wondered, like, are these bacon bits even real, or is it just synthetic bacon, plastic bacon?
You know
But
what?
nonetheless, it tastes like bacon, and that's how that matters, I guess.
Yeah, I don't get how it lasts so long either. Like, couldn't you make bacon bits in the 90s and still have it in your fridge tray and eat it?
Oh, there's even bacon bits that go in a pantry. They don't even need to be refrigerated.
So I was very confused when I unwrapped my sandwich because I've been raving to Jacob about this skinny, long Quiznos sandwich that I remember from my teenage years. We looked it up. It's called a torpedo sandwich they used to have. Now they just have regular sandwiches. Like, I thought that's another thing that made them different from Subway. The long, thin sandwiches that's the only thing I've ever had from Quiznos before today. But this was just a regular ass sandwich and it was good, but like, I feel like since we built it up so much on the drive there saying it's gourmet ingredients and stuff, like it just tasted like any other sandwich shop, but like it was good. It was just very like classic, I guess.
Lucas kept telling me they have these thin sandwiches, and I was picturing in my head this little crunchy sandwich that was kind of light and just was so good. And right when we walked in and they didn't have that, I was like, okay, so you're a pathological liar. But no, it used to be a torpedo sandwich, but they don't have it anymore. But
when I went to Quiznos and they had the torpedo, I remember thinking, this is cool, this is different. But if I went to Quiznos and it was literally just a regular sub, I'd be like, so why would I ever go here again?
I do have to say with the torpedo sandwich, just from seeing photos of it, it kind of reminds me of a dick or something. So
maybe that's why I loved it. So you would lose the hetero male audience and the lesbian females.
I then opened up my sandwich and immediately I got a Thanksgiving smell. You know how Thanksgiving smells so traditional? This sandwich smelled like that, it's because of the rosemary Parmesan bread, which honestly, I love. Rosemary Parmesan bread is my thing I realized at Quiznos, which is pretty cool realizing something.
And you kept raving about it.
Yeah, I probably mentioned it like 5 times.
I kept just being mad because I was like, why didn't I try it?
Something that's interesting is that Quiznos is a sub place, but I didn't know this till literally yesterday, probably 24 hours ago exactly, I found this out. A sub sandwich is a short way of saying a submarine sandwich. Because on Wikipedia, they kept referring to Subway and Quiznos and other sandwich places as submarine shops.
What?
And then, yeah, what? Yeah, like sub sandwich is a short version of submarine sandwich. And there's an old wise tale. Well, like some people actually say it's true, so it might actually just be true. Somewhere on the East Coast, there was like a Navy base that had submarines. And someone was like, wait, it looks like a sub sandwich. So then it was called a submarine sandwich. And it got shortened to sub sandwich.
So they looked at the Navy submarines and said, wait, that looks like a sandwich we have. So they said, let's call them submarine sandwiches. That's what happened?
I guess so.
Oh, okay.
So back to my sandwich that I got. It was actually really good. Is it fully a sandwich that is a piece of art? I'm not sure about that. But I did say to Lucas when I was eating it, wait, you think this is better than Subway, right? And then Lucas said, oh, like you think it's the same as Subway. And then I said, no, I think it's better than Subway. Lucas was kind of saying like, oh no, it's not as good as Subway.
Didn't I say that 100% not?
I think you were pretty adamant on it, but with this sandwich, I kind of understood the Quiznos hype. I was like, wait, it's actually a little bit better than Subway.
Maybe if I had your special rosemary Parmesan bread, I would have thought that.
Usually, I don't really like guacamole on sandwiches, but they did it well.
Oh, was it like Mexican guac or like guac you get out of a little package?
Guac you get out of a little package.
Okay. So Subway is the #1 sandwich company in the world. So comparing Quiznos to Subway to me, I feel like, I hate to say it, but I feel like Subway is still better in my opinion. I don't know, just Quiznos, I wasn't wowed enough. And also, even Quiznos' logo kind of looks like it's a copy of Subway.
But then again, it would be hard to win over your sandwich heart because you actually are a Subway person. Like, don't you average getting it 2 to 3 times a week?
Let's just say 1. I have the app on my phone. I didn't even realize going into this, like, you brought along a Subway fan. Unfortunately, I do like Subway more. Even if we lived next to a Quiznos, I wouldn't go.
After eating that last bite, though, I went to the bathroom, pulled down my pants, put my genitals in my hand and let the pee swivel into the toilet and then wash my hands. The bathroom was pretty clean. It was like that industrial type bathroom where the paneling is that white stuff with a little bit of bubbles. We were about to leave this Quiznos, say our farewell to the workers and stuff.
Oh, and the girl who commented on our filming at the beginning, she said, so, did it live up to expectations? And she like knew we were so obsessed.
We said, wait, we'll actually get another sandwich for dinner. And she actually pointed something out that made me feel relieved of the whole experience. She said, we don't judge, do whatever you want.
I
she
know.
was just so friendly.
Because when we said like, oh, we might actually get another sandwich to like eat for dinner, we thought we'd be judged. But she said, listen, here, like, we are down. As long as you're not hurting anyone, you can do pretty much whatever here, you know?
Both of us got another sandwich, and there was a different guy making our sandwiches, and Lucas actually asked him a question that's very controversial. Do you like Quiznos or Subway butter?
But he immediately went in defense and said, listen, I love Quiznos, like, it's my favorite.
The guy said, grab a cookie or two. So we grabbed one, and let's try it.
I know,
What's
and
a
it
Quiznos
was-
cookie like?
It was for free. Like, at first I thought he was like, you should grab one and add it to the order. But then I was like, I had to clarify. I was like, wait, what? And he's like, no, it's on us. So are they as good as Subway cookies? No, people used to rave about Subway cookies.
It used to be a thing. Subway cookies.
I know you're obsessed. Oh, it's very soft.
It tastes like a confetti cake.
This matches their sandwiches to me. Classic, middle of the road, basic.
It does just remind me of a grocery store cookie.
Mm-hmm.
We have another 2 hours to drive back, so we went to the gas station, got a bag of ice, and rested it against the sandwiches. We tried to do the best we could,
Yeah.
just in case, like, who knows, we could get food poisoning if it sits out for 2 hours.